In time the savage bull doth bear the yoke. William Shakespeare. Greetings, mortals, and a capital day to you all. I am your host Simeon, and welcome back to the Library of Gnosis. The bull, a symbol of strength and power, has somehow become a symbol of the devil himself. We have stories of people sacrificing their children to a bull statue in what is called a Moloch sacrifice. So no wonder this symbol has been demonized. But appearances can be deceiving. The bull was a symbol used since ancient times to represent divinity, more specifically divine kingship. Hence why basically any deity that the ancients considered a god would be associated with the bull. If we take a look at the Sumerian depictions of their Anunnaki gods, you will notice that they are wearing hats with bull horns. This represents divinity and royalty, and is one of the animals associated with the supreme god of the pantheon, Anu. In Egypt, the bull was a symbol of the fertility god Apis. Helios, the sun god, is said to have had 7 herds of oxen. In Mesopotamia, the storm god Ishkur/Adad is called Bull of Heaven and Grand Bull. In the Sumerian religion, Marduk is the Bull of Utu. In mythological texts from the ancient city of Ugarit, the bull is associated with the high god El, symbolizing both strength and fertility. The bull was also associated with the storm and rain god Adad, Hadad, or Ishkur. The bull was his symbolic animal. He appeared often holding a club and thunderbolt while wearing a bull-horned headdress. Hadad was equated with the Greek god Zeus, the Roman Jupiter, as Jupiter Dulcinea. The Indo-European Nascite Hittite storm god Teshub, the Egyptian god Amun. When Enki distributed the destinies, he made Ishkur inspector of the cosmos. In one litany, Ishkur is proclaimed again and again as Great Radiant Bull, your name is Heaven, and also called Son of Anu, Lord of Karkara, twin brother of Enki, Lord of Abundance, who rides the storm, Lion of Heaven. In the Memphite region, the Apis bull was seen as the embodiment of the creator Ptah, and later of Osiris. The bull-headed god Mnevis of Heliopolis was the embodiment of Atum Ra. Ka in Egyptian is both a religious concept of life force power and the word for bull. Andrew Gordon, an Egyptologist, and Calvin Schwab, a veterinarian, argue that the origin of the Ankh is related to the 2 other signs of uncertain origin that often appear alongside it. The Vas scepter, representing power or dominion, and the Jed pillar, representing stability. According to this hypothesis, the form of each sign is drawn from a part of the anatomy of a bull, like some other hieroglyph signs that are known to be based on body parts of animals. In Egyptian belief, semen was connected with life, and to some extent with power or dominion. And some texts indicate the Egyptians believed semen originated in the bones. Therefore, Calvin and Schwab suggest the signs are based on parts of the bull's anatomy through which semen was thought to pass. The ankh is a thoracic vertebrae. The jed is the sacrum and lumbar vertebrae. And the was is the dried penis of the bull. The story of the golden bull refers to an episode from the biblical narrative of the Israelites, particularly found in the book of Exodus in the Old Testament. After the Israelites were freed from slavery in Egypt and led into the wilderness by Moses, they camped at the base of Mount Sinai. Moses ascended the mountain to receive the 10 Commandments from God, and was gone for an extended period. Impatient and anxious about Moses' prolonged absence, the Israelites approached Aaron, Moses' brother, and asked him to create a tangible God to lead them. Aaron complied by collecting gold from the people and fashioning it into the shape of a bull calf. The Israelites began to worship this golden calf, attributing their liberation from Egypt to it and engaging in revelry. Upon descending the mountain and witnessing the idolatry, Moses was furious. He shattered the stone tablets bearing the 10 Commandments, destroyed the golden calf, and reprimanded the people for their faithlessness. The incident represents a profound violation of the covenant between God and the Israelites, emphasizing themes of faith, obedience, and the dangers of idolatry. As mentioned, there is of course also the story of the Canaanites sacrificing their children to an idol of a bull. So I can see why some might have an aversion to this symbol. But in Genesis 49:24, Yahweh is called the Bull of Jacob. The old northern tradition of bull iconography for Yahweh is reflected in the name Gil-Iv. Young bull is Yah. In a text called The Debate Between Winter and Summer, we read that Enlil set his foot upon the earth like a great bull, Enlil, the king of all lands. In ancient Israel, the bull was associated by some with Israel's God, Yahweh, although the biblical writers condemn such an association. An example of this connection is recorded in 1 Kings 12, in the Old Testament or Tanakh. When the United Kingdom of Israel divided in two after the death of King Solomon, Jeroboam, king of Israel, or the Northern Kingdom, set up 2 new sanctuaries in Bethel and Dan. He made 2 calves of gold and set them up in the sanctuaries, referring to them as your gods, O Israel, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. 1 Kings 12:28-30. Many scholars believe that Jeroboam, rather than turning away from the worship of God, was using the calves to represent God, Yahweh. The ox is the symbol of Luke, the evangelist. In the Bible, the ox symbol appeared in Ezekiel's vision. The bull motive also appears in the description of the molten sea in front of Solomon's temple in 1 Kings 7:23. There, the base of the sea is said to be 12 oxen, 3 pointing in each direction. Bulls were also sacrificed in the temple, according to Leviticus 4:14. In some Christian traditions, nativity scenes are carved or assembled at Christmas time. Many show a bull or an ox near the baby Jesus, lying in the manger. Traditional songs of Christmas often tell of the bull and the donkey warming the infant with their breath. This refers, or at least is referred, to the beginning of the book of the prophet Isaiah, where he says, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib." Isaiah 1:3. One of the symbols for Elyon was a bull. So when you read that story about Moses coming down from Mount Sinai and people are worshipping a golden calf, this is worship of El, which is why Moses, and in turn Yahweh, had a problem with it. So, as you can see, the symbol of the bull is yet again something that mainstream Christianity has twisted the meaning of, just like they vilified the snake. The same goes for Baal, which just means Lord, and as such, many vastly different beings have gone under this title. But that is a story for a different day. Now, this broadcast is coming to a close. I hope I was able to enlighten you. Everything is not always as it appears on the surface. Remember to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment. I love reading them. If you have enjoyed the video, and also my other videos, then please do consider becoming a member of my Patreon. By doing this, you will get access to all my scripts, which include my sources. I know it's not much, but I'm not really trying to have it as a selling point or anything. Just figure I want to give back something to people kind enough to monetarily support me with their own hard-earned cash. Anyways, I will see you in the next one, mortals.